Welcome to Go Mustang Sports. I'm Dave McHugh. Season in review time, and I'm now joined by men's basketball coach Gary Stewart. And coach, first and foremost, it was a successful year in the sense that you guys were playing for a conference championship. You were in the conversation for the NCAA tournament, and you at least were getting some national attention as well. I know you certainly would have loved to have achieved some other goals, but at least you probably look back checking off a few things you guys tried to get accomplished.
Well, I thought we had an up and down season. And, we got off to a pretty good start, and then hit a bump in the road, and then regrouped. It's probably the kind of course that a team that's our basketball program that's in our position takes, and obviously we need to continue to improve and take some significant steps forward to really establish ourselves in the upper echelon, not only in our conference but in the region and nationally.
Now, you talk about the ups and downs. The season started pretty nicely. The second weekend of the Hoopsville Classic, you guys challenged yourself. That worked right into playing Alvernia and beating them pretty handily at home in conference play. Almost made a statement with that kind of game. Kind of told the conference, guess what? You know, we're going to be at play here. And that you guys rode that right into January in some cases. You went and challenged yourself, lose by 1 point to Oglethorpe. But it seemed like you guys at least had a lot of things going well for you guys going into conference play. Did that change the mentality of entering the bulk of your conference action?
No, I think if you look back, the expectation from the conference was that we were going to be pretty good. We were picked to be second in the conference. We came off of a conference season where we were 7-2 the second half last season. So I don't think we caught anybody by surprise. We've got some talented kids in our program, and we were able to play at home. We got some confidence early, and that was indicative of what we could become.
You guys had some spectacular games throughout the conference season. We talked with Jackie Boswell on the women's side about the big buzzer beater against Messiah. That rolled right into a double overtime game yourselves against Messiah. At the time they were undefeated. You get that win. That garners even more national attention. That kind of stuff seems like the great building blocks for this program.
Yeah, I think so. That game was really indicative of our season in a lot of ways. Had it won, had it lost, and then wrestled it back, and was able to. We were able to come out on top there, but like I said before, we got a long way to go in relationship to getting where we want to go. But those games really help us to understand the competitiveness and the challenges that await us.
You guys had a lot of battles at the end of the season. I mean, the entire conference kept shaking around as to who could be the top seed, who might be the fourth seed, etc. You guys positioned yourself, got the opportunity to play for the championship game at home. Just in that sense, how important was that for this program?
I think it was significant. We did a lot of good things, Dave. We won more games than any Division III school in Maryland. We set a school record in wins. But the flip side of that is that we had 8 losses. 5 of those losses were by 1 point. Another loss was an overtime game. Another loss was a 2-possession game. And then the game that we got beat significantly at Alvernia, that's a 1-possession game in the second half, early in the second half. So there was a lot out there for us. We left some on the table, obviously, but all in all, I thought we made some strides.
Lose the conference championship on a crazy shot, for lack of a better description, and miss out on the NCAA tournament. You go to the ECACs, successful there, winning your region. How do you take the experience of losing the championship game and the winning of the ECACs forward into the off season?
Well, I think it's all part of a process, you know, and we look at it in totality. You know, you don't look at it that one possession beat you. There were a lot of possessions there that we would have liked to play better and didn't, and obviously Alvernia capitalized on that. We need to improve, and that's the mantra that we have spoken to our student athletes about, and I'm confident that that's going to happen.
Of course, postseason honors as well. Kuntz, second team conference. Hawkins, honorable mention for the conference. That at least speaks to the value that this team not only has some leaders that everybody points to, but at the same time you guys may be deep because you don't have a lot of selections.
Yeah, I think it's the way we play. I mean, we really emphasize sharing the ball. So typically you'll see 4 double-figure scorers, but we don't have a guy that's in the top 5 in the league in scoring. We do a lot of things by committee, and so in a conference that has some really good individual players, it's awfully difficult to decipher sometimes one person or another, and statistically, if we don't measure out from a stat standpoint, then we might not garner the awards that maybe others do.
When you look at the offseason, you will lose some key players. Stephon McCray, 1,000-point scorer, will leave the program, but you also have a real good core coming back. Give everybody a sense of what they can expect maybe on the court next year.
Well, that's exactly the position we want to be in. We want to graduate really good players, and we want to recruit really good players, and then obviously the student athletes that remain in our program have got to exponentially get better. And if we're able to recruit really well, and the student athletes improve, then I think we are still on that trend to ascend. If we don't, then obviously the conference being so difficult and the parity in the conference, you're looking at taking a step back. So we've got our work cut out for us.
And when you look at the season ahead, and obviously the schedule not set yet, but you do have the Hoopsville National Invitational Classic. Those will be 2 tough games for you guys. You do have the conference, and obviously that will be yet another battle next year as well. But how are you trying to fit in the rest of your schedule?
Well, we want to be recognized as a national program, and in order to do that, you got to go out and play really good people. So we're really focused on that, and we need to challenge ourselves. It's a very rigorous conference, and you need to see and try to replicate the style of play that you're going to see in conference. And so we've got a variety of different ways that people play, whether it's teams that get out in transition, teams that pressure, teams that play zone. So we're looking at all of that to put the best schedule in order to give us the type of comfort level we need going into conference.
And what's the message to the team this offseason?
It's to improve. It's an easy message because we don't need huge leaps. What we need to do is we need everybody to improve a couple possessions, and in turn that will make for really good program improvement, and so that's what we're focused on.
Well, congratulations on a successful year. As you pointed out earlier, most wins in program history this season, and making it to the conference championship game as well. Any final thoughts as you move into the offseason?
No, Dave, I just want to really thank our community. They were terrific. Our students, our administration, our alumni. We really had that trifecta, and it was very apparent when we played for the conference championship here. We had a full house, and it really made it a special year for everybody involved.
Absolutely. Well, congratulations again. Gary Stewart, men's basketball coach. We'll catch up with them ahead of the 2014-15 season here on Go Mustang Sports.